All right, so let me kind of set this up here. The question was from yesterday. So we took last week's opening range breakout system from the BloodHound workshop from last week. And so yesterday we tweaked it so that the BloodHound signals would generate, instead of a breakout signals, the BloodHound signals would generate basically kind of like a pre-setup. So in other words, when price gets close to one side of the opening range, it would provide a signal to BlackBird so that BlackBird could then place a stop entry order here. So that way there would be a resting stop entry order prior to the breakout. And of course, if price was hovering down the low of the range, then a short signal would be generated so that BlackBird could submit a resting short stop entry. Right, so that's the key. These are stop entries that are going to be resting there. So, all right. So now that I have the indicator tweaked, so I can generate that breakout. In our time, instead of the market open, I think we're ready to get started here. All right, let's clean the chart up. There. And let's get BlackBird loaded up. All right, BlackBird. Okay. So I'm just going to dive right into the order settings button here, and let's see. So let's set up the entry order first. Right, that's the interesting part. The BloodHound signal is pretty easy, but setting up the entry order, that's really, I guess, where the work's going to take place. I'm going to use a stop entry just to make sure we get filled here. And so the initial placement is where we want to focus our attention. And so the mode is going to be an indicator value, like so, and then we just plug in our open range indicator. All right, so let's open that up. All right, there we go. And now I just need to match the settings I have on the chart. All right, I think that was it. And now I need to select the correct plots. So for a long trade, we're going to be using the open range high. And for a short trade, we'll use the open range low plot, like so. All right, that should do it. And now let's add an offset. So if it's a long trade, we're going to place that the entry order one tick above the upper range and one tick below. So instead of 10 tick offset, let's just adjust this to a 1 tick offset. There we go. All right, let's see, that should do it. And I guess we'll just set a profit target there. Oh, add a few more ticks to it. Why not? And a stop loss. Let's make this interesting. Let's set a we'll set a custom stop loss, and we'll set the stop loss to the midline here. Hopefully you guys can see that blue midline there in the middle, so we'll set the stop loss to that midline there just to make this more interesting. All right, so the initial placement, we're going to go in here, and just like the entry order, we need to use an indicator value. And again, we're going to use our opening range indicator. There we go. again, get the same settings plugged in. And let's see, I said we'd set the stop loss at the midline there. All right, and if we like, we can add an offset to this. So we'll put it like one tick below, so a -1. So we'll put it one tick below the midline for a long trade, and if it's a short breakout, then it'll be one tick above that midline there. Yeah, all right. And, you know, the stop loss, I guess, for this, it'll just sit on that midline. So that means, you know, no trailing actions needed, I guess. But if you guys have any suggestions for some kind of trailing stop loss to this, we can add that in. I'll come back and add that in later here. But let's finish setting this up first. So, all right. So anyway, so I've kind of thrown together, you know, profit target and stop loss to this. So again, the key really was setting up the stop entry order. You know, if you want to make it a stop limit, all you gotta do is just change the type to stop limit there. But I'm going to keep it a stop entry. Yeah, there. All right. And next, we'll plug in the BloodHound signal. All right. And there is yesterday's BloodHound file. All right. And, you know, I'm going to have to tweak this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of the template so I can tweak all the indicator settings because I don't want to mess up the original here. And let's see, it's this one here. All right, and let's make a copy of this. All right, well, I'm going to have to make a copy of a lot of these solvers here. So give me a moment to work through this. All right, I think that's all the solvers needed. And yeah, so now I have to go in and adjust all the indicator settings. Now, of course, you guys will have to do the same thing to make this open range work with your time zone. All right, almost done. There, I think that does it. Now I just need to replace all the solvers here. So let's put these over here. Yeah, I think that's, let's see. All right, yeah, I think that's it. Let's get those replaced. Okay. There, easy enough. All right. Hit OK. And now let's select the correct entry signal. So there it is. There's the copy that I just made. And just as a added safeguard, now in the BloodHound, in the BloodHound template, I designed it so that you're only going to get signals during the correct opening range. I'd added all kinds of filters to the BloodHound signals, but for good measure, it'd be good to turn on BlackBird's scheduler just as a additional safeguard. It's easy to do, so why not, right? So do something like this. Who knows? Hopefully we'll get a breakout signal before noontime, so I think that should be, good enough. So basically, this will just make sure that there's no trading after noontime. And of course, adjust this for your time zone as well. And let's see. I'll turn off the forced trades to exit. So, you probably don't necessarily want to close your trade just at midnight, right? So you could get the opening range, or you could, the trade could, the position could open up, could get filled, during this time block, but, give it as long as necessary to play out, right? But what this will do is just make sure that no additional trades are taken after noon, right? So we don't necessarily need to close that position by noontime. We just want to make sure no new positions or trades are placed. Right. Okay. That should do it. Hold on a sec. Let me pull the market down. I don't want to generate a breakout quite yet. Let's pull that market down a little bit. Okay. So while that's coming down, let's save this here. Okay. So there we go. Stop entry example there. Okay, I think we're ready here. So let's turn the auto trader on and see what happens. Oh, actually, I'm gonna reload the chart so that way BlackBird can put BloodHound on the chart there. So let's reload the chart. And let's take a look at our BloodHound signals. And shoot, not seeing any BloodHound signals. We should see something here, I would think. So, all right, something's not quite right. All right, yeah. I guess it doesn't surprise me. So let me fix the BloodHound signals here. Oh, all right. So we're close. It must be this. All right. Hopefully it was just a simple indicator change setting. 519. Actually, I think that's correct. Negative 519, 20. All right, I'm going to have to take a look at the original here. I don't know, maybe I might have found a design flaw in the BloodHound logic. Oh, yeah, I think I found a little design flaw. But this should be easy to fix. Well, it would be helpful if I understood how to use this indicator better. All right, well, I'm going to see if this works. Yeah, let's go with this and see if this works here. All right. So, since I've been playing around in BloodHound, making changes and whatnot, you know, it's best to reload the chart, which, you know, forces everything to reinitialize. All right, so let's pull the market up and see if we get a signal here. Now, the way the BloodHound signal was designed is that price needed to get within 7 ticks of one of the ranges here. All right, that'll do it. Looks like we got within a tick of that upper range. And so when this bar closes, should get a signal. And, no, hold on. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna do it this way. All right, let's just turn the auto trader on there. Let's not forget that. All right, so pull the market up. Yeah, now the way, you know, the decision that was made yesterday to require price to only be within 10 ticks, you know, that's kind of arbitrary. You know, it depends on the instrument you're trading. You know, we may need to decide that, you know, or may need to allow price to be further away from the opening range. So, you know, 7 ticks might be too close. Let's see, it's outside the trade schedule. Oh, shoot. Outside the trade schedule. Let's see, Eastern. Oh, yeah, shoot, I forgot. This is set to Eastern time. Oh, darn it. There we go. And shoot, we had 1 tick breaking the range. Oh, well, actually, I disabled that in the BloodHound signal. So I still should get a trade signal, I think. Yeah, now, yesterday, the BloodHound logic was designed so that if one of the wicks broke the range, broke outside the range, like we have right here, then the BloodHound signals were designed to stop generating signals after that. You know, so that was another safeguard built into the BloodHound signals, so that there wouldn't be multiple breakout signals. But I think I disabled that safeguard in the BloodHound template there. All right, so there we go. All right, price is within 7 ticks of the upper range. And bingo, there is our resting stop entry. All right. Yay, so after all that tweaking of the BloodHound signals, there we got it to work. And also, let's test the other side. So the BloodHound signals was designed so that if price is kind of chopping around here, going from high down to low, back to high, back to low, that the BloodHound signals were designed, to give the appropriate, signal here. So basically, what that means is if I pull down price down to the lower range, then BloodHound will generate a short signal so that BlackBird can cancel the long stop entry and place a short stop entry. And so let's just test that out here. And there's an option here that needs to be turned on for BlackBird here. So in the options, this opposite signal forces reversal trade. So there you go. That needs to be on. So that way, right, a short signal will reverse the trade here, right? So, okay. Well, we have almost an 80 tick range here. So the simulated data feed is going to take a little bit to get down here. All right, there's the short signal. Great. And so where did the entry signal go? Oh, let's check the log file. Trade was ignored because. All right, looks like. So the short stop entry was not placed because it looks like there's an indicator setting wrong here, right? So you can see I have the stop loss. It's telling me that the stop loss, right, for order A minus, so the stop loss is sitting at the Anna opening range minus a tick at, let's see, 68.57. 68.57. Yeah, so for some reason the indicator was giving us a stop loss value down here. Strange. All right, so I need to double check the indicator settings for the stop loss. Hold on here. Let me put this trend in a neutral zone. All right, let's go investigate the stop loss settings here. Okay, so we have the opening range midline for long and short. That looks good. Oh, here we go. Look, I don't know, somehow, so my offset setting here has disappeared. So let's see, what is it, 519. There we go. So just a simple indicator setting change. And all right, now let's test this again here. So let's pull down the trend. All right, so now we just hurry up and wait. And okay, there, let me pull this trend up. Great. Okay, great. So we have a short stop entry. And now let me reverse the trend. And we'll pull the market up to the upper range and generate a long signal and make sure that our short entry order is canceled and a long entry order is placed here. Yeah. And let me pull the market down here. Oh, darn it. Cancel that. All right. I don't want price to break out. All right. Bingo. Good deal. So the short entry was canceled and the long entry was placed. Great. So, and I guess just to finish the testing here, let's go ahead and I'll get this long stop entry filled, and we'll make sure the stop loss is being placed at the right location. All right, bingo. Our stop loss is 1 tick below the midpoint of the range. Cool. All right, and let's see. I'll just pull the market down and generate a short entry and get that short entry filled, and make sure that the stop loss for that short entry is getting placed at the right spot as well, which I'm sure it will be since the long is working. All right, great. So there's the short entry order. So now I'll just get it filled and make sure that that stop loss is in the right spot. All right. Perfect. Yep, that stop loss is sitting 1 tick above the midline. So, great. All right. So it's working. Let's open this up. Just kind of take a summary look here of what this question was all about again. Right? So we have BloodHound signal in here from yesterday's workshop. Right? That's designed to generate a signal when price is sitting on one side of the range, so that way a stop entry order can be placed before the breakout, right? And the key to this was setting up the stop entry order, right? So the type of entry order was set to a stop, and then the initial placement of the order, right, was set to our opening range indicator. So it's really just a matter of, setting up this opening range indicator, so that it works correctly with your time zone, right? Now I had to tweak all of these settings, right, because we're way past the market open. So I had to tweak all this so that it worked with, the current time of the workshop. But that is the key to getting this all to work is, getting the times set up correctly in here. Right, and then selecting the plot is simple enough, right? So we're going to use the open range high plot, for a long signal or a long breakout, and the open range low plot for a short breakout or short signal. And that was it. All right, so that was really simple there. And also, I added an extra tick offset as well. And then of course, the profit target and the stop loss, that's all subjective, whatever you guys think is appropriate. Set those up there, and I just decided to put the stop loss at the midline there, just for practice, I guess, just to show you how to do it. Right, so again, for the stop loss, the initial placement there was just set to the ANA opening range indicator. And so again, the key is to get your times set correctly. And then the easy part was just selecting the opening range mid plot, right? Or opening range midline plot there for both long and short signals, or trades, I should say, long and short trades. Right, and then I just decided to add a tick offset. All right, now remember, for stop losses, for a long trade on stop losses, you're almost always using a negative offset value, almost always, right? So remember, so for a stop loss, a negative offset value will put the order, below something, right? So a negative number will put the order below something, and of course a positive offset will put the order above something. Let's see, yeah, and also just a reminder, I did turn on the scheduling here as well. Okay, sure, yeah, so Steven's got a question here. Is it possible to have BlackBird push your profit target out further once price gets within 3 ticks? Yes, absolutely. We can do that. So let's open up BlackBird here and let's clear everything out. And let's just do a simple market order, and it'll do a 10-tick profit target. I'll just ignore the stop loss since that's not part of the question here. So let's get into the profit target. All right, so we'll start it off as a 10-tick profit target, right? So the initial placement's 10 ticks here. And then to move an order, that's what the trailing actions is for. That is what will move an order, once it's been placed. So, all right, so we want to set the mode to custom, and then add a trailing roll here, like so. All right, so what do we call this? Push profit target out, something like that. So let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, this will be interesting. So, yeah, there's no way yet to directly reference an order's price. So we can do this indirectly. Like right now we can reference an order's status or an order's state, right? We can check to see if an order has been filled or canceled, but right now there's no way to directly reference an order's price. But we'll slowly add all these little extra bells and whistles into BlackBird here. Once we finish getting converted over to Ninja 8. So, but for now, what we can do is we can use the profit or loss here. And since our profit targets are they're set in ticks, so I can set my unit to ticks, and I'm looking for a profit, right? So my profit target is always going to be a profit. Now, if you wanted to do this for a stop loss, you would just look for a loss, and that way you could monitor if price is getting close to a loss, to your stop loss, I should say. So let's put this back on profit, and then you just need to put a number of ticks in there. So it's a 10-tick profit target. So let's say when price gets within 7 ticks. So in other words, when the market moves 7 ticks in profit, right? That means it's going to be 3 ticks away from the profit target. Yeah. And then the action here is we shall, right? Profit targets are always measured from your entry price, right? So the entry price is always think of that as like the anchor price, that your profit target is based off of. Same thing with your right? Stop losses are always based off of your entry price. So take that and we'll just push this out to a 20 tick profit target, like so. Right. So now this will be a one-time action here, right? Because remember, we're testing to see when there's 7 ticks in profit to move that order out. So if you want to keep pushing that profit target out, you'll just have to keep creating a bunch of rules, right? And just keep incrementing the profit or loss, and keep incrementing, you know, the price that you're moving your profit target to, right? Yeah. So, yeah, again, basically just keep, make new trailing rolls, and then just keep incrementing the profit amount, for the next location where you're going to push your profit target to, and then, match up the action and match the move to price, right? Match that up. So, okay, so let's give this a test. Check this out. Let's see. I'll move the market up a little bit, and get it away from the indicator here, so you guys can see stuff a little better. And let's stretch this out. There. That should help. Okay, so let's go long. Bingo. Okay. And bingo, there we go. As soon as we hit 7 ticks in profit, that stop loss moved out. Let's see. So Steve is asking, what about the repeat? Yeah, so the repeat is unnecessary. It's not going to do anything, because remember, our trigger is fixed. So, right, the trigger is set to a fixed 7 ticks in profit, right? So this trigger is only going to happen once. So if we had the ability to reference the profit target's relative price, then we could set up a trigger. Yeah, then we could set up a trigger, so that every time the market got close to the profit target's price, then basically we need some kind of a ability to keep incrementing this this profit amount here, and then we could use the repeat to keep repeat moving, right? But since this is a workaround for now to detect when since we're having to put in fixed values here, this is a workaround for now to be able to move your profit target out when price gets close. So again, if you want to keep moving that profit target out, you're going to have to create a trailing roll for every single time. So do something like this. So push profit target out. Let's put at 7 ticks. This next trailing roll, right? So this one will be 17 ticks, and we'll go in here and set our profit to 17 ticks, and then we'll move that profit target out to 30 ticks after this one here, right? So there you go. So this first trailing roll, right, pushes the profit target out to 20 ticks, and then this next trailing roll pushes that profit target out to 30 ticks, right? And you just keep incrementing until you're done. To me, I'm not sure why you'd want to do this. It sounds like you're just making a runner. If the intent is to keep pushing your profit target out, to me that sounds like a runner. So if you wanted to make a runner, you just simply, do this. That's a runner. No profit target is a runner, just a stop loss only, right? So basically, we just make yourself a, a trailing stop loss, like so, right? So, and that is how you build a runner. Just leave the profit target out. So, the exchange does not require you to have a profit target and a stop loss together. You can have one or the other, or you can have none. You can mix and match as you guys see fit. Yeah, I don't see any other BlackBird questions. So, all right, with that, guys, I guess we'll wrap it up. Call it a weekend. All right, so just a reminder, these workshops are for you guys to ask your questions and learn. So, please, email your questions in ahead of time, right? That'll get you in front of the queue and get your questions answered first, right? Emails, I always answer emails in the workshop first, so keep them coming. You can always attach a screenshot to your email to help explain your idea. So if you have a complex topic that you're trying to, get answered, screenshots can be very helpful. So that's another benefit of emailing your question in. So, all right, keep them coming, and I hope to see you guys next week. All right, have a good weekend, guys. Bye-bye.